amazing Kids Zone friends. Well, as you can obviously tell, I am not a boxer. In fact, I'm not even a good pretend boxer. But do you maybe sometimes just feel like doing this? After all, we are living in unprecedented times. We've never experienced life like this before. I mean, sometimes the world just tells us to fight back when we don't like how things are going. But what would Jesus want us to do? He wants us to live in an unprecedented way, perhaps living in a way that we never have been living before. Now, last week we learned that Jesus said, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." That just means that we should depend on God for everything we need, and then we can have an amazing life right here, right now. Whew, well, I tell you, remember Jesus was talking to a whole big group of people? He had a lot to say, and that was just the very tip of the iceberg. So let's see what he says now. Now, you might remember we were in the book of Matthew, which is what, Old Testament or New Testament? Yep, New Testament, when we were in chapter 5. Now today, we start with chapter 4, and this is what Jesus said. "Blessed are those who are sad, for they will be comforted." I don't know about you, but that's kind of reminding me a little bit of opposite day. How can you be blessed if you're sad? I mean, what if someone has hurt your feelings? Or maybe because of this virus, having school at home is a little bit hard. Or maybe your mom or your dad can't work right now. Well, tell me, how are we blessed? Doesn't it make you want to fight back? Everything just seems like it's out of control. Or wait, is it really? Who is in control of everything? Who do you think it is? If you said God or Jesus, then you are absolutely right. Jesus tells us in the book of John, "In this world you will have trouble, but be encouraged. I have won the battle over the world." This is how we are comforted. We know that Jesus is in charge and he will bring good out of it. You matter to him, and one day Jesus will make all things right. Wow, that's a huge promise and a huge blessing that we have. And Jesus wasn't done. Let's hear what the next thing is in verse 5. This is what Jesus told the people. "Blessed are those who are humble. They will be given the earth." Wow. So this is saying that if you live like you're not proud, you're blessed and you will be given the earth. So when you're humble, that just means that you're a good listener and you're willing to learn. That doesn't sound too much like the way the world wants us to do, huh? We live in unprecedented times, and we have to live in unprecedented ways. Jesus wants us to be more like him. So Jesus even tells us later in the book of Matthew that we should learn from him because he is humble and he's gentle. Oh, Jesus was always learning from God the Father. So when we're humble like Jesus, guess what? We are listening to God and learning from him just like Jesus, and we inherit the earth. But not this fallen, sinful earth. There's a much better earth coming, and the book of Revelation tells us about it. It's a brand new earth, and that would be ours. Wow, that's like hard to believe. And if that wasn't enough, Jesus talks about another blessing, and this is in verse 6. He says, "Blessed are those who are hungry and are thirsty for what is right. They will be filled." Well, I don't know about you, but when I have rumbly in my tumbly, I can get pretty hangry. Just ask Mr. Duckworth. But if I can get my hands on a yummy, juicy Chick-fil-A sandwich and a thick, creamy shake, well, that fills me up pretty good. But did you know that we can be hungry and thirsty for things that aren't food? What? Yes, we can long to be filled with the desire for righteous living. That's just living the way that God wants us to live. And how do we know how God wants us to live? Where can we find that information? I think you smart kids know where. In the Bible. That's right. Do you long for righteous living? Do you ask for that? Do you search for that? Well, if you do, God will honor it, and he will fill you to overflowing with himself. Now that is one great blessing that we can't even contain. In fact, I don't even know if I can contain all the blessings that we can get. So why don't we stop there for right now, and we'll just kind of think about these, and next week we'll learn some more. So I'll tell you what, after learning about the ways God wants us to live and how he wants to bless us, I am throwing away these boxing gloves. God is in charge, and he wants us to learn from him, and he wants to fill us with himself when we hunger and thirst for right living. So what's there to fight about? Hey, so let's get out there and go live our unprecedented life. But wait, let's set the stage.